You can hold it if you want. You're a low talker, so I'm gonna pick it up.
Get a little closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, this is Snoop Dogg, and you're about to see the best sports and entertainment talk show on the internet with your host, Troy Geary. The man who seems to go to every sporting event, and Dave Stevens born without legs, but won 7 Emmys and played college football and minor league baseball. Throw in Will Stein wherever Will Stein is, and you've got a heck of a show. It's the Geary, Stein, and Stevens Show. Faux shizzle.
Well, good morning, everybody. Bright and early from Radio Row. And if you're watching me, then you weren't watching this man a few minutes ago on CNN. He's an old friend and just got to meet him a few years ago at his home base then in Atlanta with CNN. Coy Wire taking some time to join us, a man who has been everywhere in the city. He was over at the NFL Experience this morning and then back over here at Radio Row. I mean, these are not 16-hour days for you. These are a lot longer.
Yeah, 4-hour night's sleep is a good night, but you run off that adrenaline. There's nothing like Super Bowl week.
So tell me a little bit about how this Super Bowl has compared to the last ones. It seems like everything's pretty compact. It's a little easier to get around. A lot of walking, but it's good for the fans that everything's all in one place.
Yeah, and the food is good for the fans. That's one thing that's obviously unique about this special city. Just absolutely love the culture here. You can feel it. And I think the thing that stands out most about this, the ability of sports to lift up and inspire. Of course, there was the deadly terror attack just back on New Year's Day in the wee hours of the morning there. And you can feel that it's the local people, the community here reeling, but you can see how already this game, this sport is really lifting up this whole community, and they're rallying behind it too. So it's incredible.
So I don't think a lot of viewers out there, I mean, they're so fickle in their memories. They don't realize that you had an NFL career, a successful one. I mean, does that seem like it was decades?
Yeah, sometimes I don't remember. It does feel like a different life. I spent 3 years at Fox Sports, and now it's 9 years already at CNN. But I still feel blessed to be able to cover events like this with you, and you feel close to the game. So that's a big help. But yeah, my NFL playing days were incredible. 6 years for the Bills, 3 for the Falcons. And TV, media, it's a lot like football. I mean, it takes a lot of prep, a lot of practice before you get just like that one little moment to shine when those lights come on and people are watching. And it's not just you out there that has to do your job. Your team's relying on you too. So I love that aspect of media. It feels just like football to me.
How tough was that transition for you to go from a player to being sidelines and having to be a little critical and having to point out flaws? I mean, I know I've watched Brady evolve. I think the epitome of the best transition is the Tony Romo. I mean, he just helps explain that so much. So how was that transition?
Yeah, I never feel like I'm being critical of someone. I don't have to get in too much of the analysis and opinion. I like my phrase is, I'll tell you the what, let other people decide what to think. But I think as long as you're fair, as long as you're balanced, then in my line of work as a host and correspondent and reporter, I try to just stick to the facts and, again, let people think what they want about it. It's not really my place to judge. So I guess I'm fortunate in that way. I don't have to wail on anyone when they mess up.
And such a unique name. I mean, I know people butcher it all the time.
Yeah.
K-O-I or
Corey.
Yeah. So where did that name come from? Tell me the origin of your birth name.
I'm part Japanese, and so koi is K-O-I in Japanese, which means love, and of course fish. A lot of people know the koi fish, but mine's C-O-Y, like boy with a C. And it's a unique name that gets butchered a lot, but I'm cool with it and used to it by now.
And that multicultural growing up, was it a helpful or was it a hindrance? I mean, did people look at you and go, are you black? Are you Asian?
Yeah.
Like, what
I get that a lot. Charles Barkley I think Charles Barkley to this day thinks that I'm black because he wanted me to be involved with something he's working on that really promote the black community. But no, being a multi-racial, kid growing up, of course, I ran into some mean kids at times, and that hurt at the time. But growing up in a football locker room, really just taught me how to be a good teammate. And you have all different races and faces and religious and socioeconomic differences all coming together to work together towards one common goal. I think football is like one of the greatest teachers on earth about being a good team no matter who you are, where you come from, we all work together, set differences aside. We can make great things happen.
Now you've had a diverse, like you've been an author. You wrote a book a decade ago, a little over that. It was an inspirational book. Where'd you get the fortitude that you wanted to do that?
When I was done playing, I had some tough times because every day I woke up and I knew who I was, what I was supposed to do that day. And when NFL goes away, there's really no transition after that to something similar. So I was an empty shell of myself, had panic attacks, anxiety, all sorts of things. But I just found something else to do. And I knew one thing I always wanted to do was write a book that was geared towards the younger generation, tips and tricks, things that I know that helped me. Maybe one thing will help them. And once I got that new thing to do every day, it gave me that new sense of purpose. It made all the anxiety go away, all the panic attacks go away. And so it's called Change Your Mind. And I think it's time for a part 2. I don't know, maybe you can help me come up with a title.
You've grown so much. Don't be coy, right? Something
I like that. Yeah, definitely don't be coy. You don't want that.
And you also worked on a video game, a Wii game. I mean, how did that get happening?
I mean, there's a lot of things that have come up, a lot of things that I want to do. And I'm just the type of person where if something comes my way and I have a passion for it, I realize, shoot, I'm 46 years old. I might only have 30 summers left, 30 Christmases left, whatever it is. I'm just going to maximize every opportunity like you do. I got to give you a shout out. You talked about how you see me running all over this city. You're making your way all around this city. It's not an easy city to get around. Every time I see you, you're out grinding, you're out working, and you're out trying to gather great content that you can share with your viewers, your listeners. So I got a lot of respect for you, man. That's why I try to make time to come and chat with you all the time.
It's a challenge because the league is not meant for me. There are not a lot of disabled people in the league. And I challenge you next time when you're at a stadium, go, could Dave get down here? Because again, they're not built for us. There's not a lot of people that get these opportunities. So I'm blessed. And I don't really raise those flags because it would be, as you know, easier to eliminate the problem and not have me here than to address the problem.
Yeah.
So,
but just by you doing it, like, it's inspiring. I don't think I ever told you before, but my best friend growing up, Michael Cassidy, there in central Pennsylvania, cerebral palsy, had a chair just like you. And I was his personal transportation system at times when there were stairways, and he was going to get up to that party. So I was carrying him up, and then I was carrying his chair. So I'm just letting you know, I've been there, done that, and I can still do it. You ever see us, we're out somewhere covering people, I'll pick you up, brother. Put you on my shoulder. We're going to get you there.
You'll be my personal goober. You'll be my gimpy Uber, so you can help me with that.
I'll gladly be your goober.
So tell me a little bit about your personal life, your wife, how you deal with you were on the road as an NFL player, but now you're really, like, you don't know if you're going to go to a disaster or an explosion or something like that. So how do you deal with that personal life, knowing that you could have to be sent out at any moment?
Well, it's tough. You got to have a really strong support system, and I'm blessed to have an awesome wife who takes care of our two young girls at home when I'm away, and it's really tough. I feel guilt a lot of times because I know she's stuck back there with the real work and the tough job. But I always think about them when I'm out covering, whenever it is, wherever it is. It's like my daughters might see that someday, and I want to set a good example for them, and that's what makes any and everything in the end worth it for me.
That's been my greatest moment as my 3 sons, and kind of living vicariously through them. But what is your 2 moments? What is your greatest NFL moment, and what is your greatest CNN anchor moment?
My greatest NFL moment was the first NFL game I ever saw, and that was when I was playing in. I'd never been to an NFL game, but there I was, drafted by the Buffalo Bills, and I ran through that tunnel, and I was crying like a baby during the national anthem. So that I will never forget. My greatest CNN moment, there's probably a gazillion. I feel that covering the Olympics, I've covered 5 Olympics now, and being able to talk to the stars is great. The Simone Biles, the Kayla Deckies, the Michael Phelps, the Usain Bolts, all them. But it's like talking to the people who are the athletes you never heard of, and they're getting that one shot. They work their entire lives for that one big moment. And outside of training, they're laying concrete, they're busting tables. Those are the stories that I live for, is being able to share messages of inspiration and motivation like that.
That's great. So what do you tell the up and coming youth today that they think they want to be on television? Because as you know, television is disappearing. It's all, you're watching all these young influencers run around here with their tiny little mics and looking silly and stuff like that. But the league seems to be catering to that because they want to go youthful. They want to get all of those demographics. So what's your advice to those young up and coming journalism students that think TV is still an option?
Well, first of all, I make sure anyone and everyone knows that journalism, there's a line that I love to say is, it's not easy to make it look easy. Everyone thinks they can just get up there and talk or read a teleprompter or tell a story in a 60 seconds time, but it takes hours of work. It takes preparation. I mean, you have to outwork everyone every single day. And I think it's a lot more difficult than people think it is. And you learn that really quickly. So it's not easy to make it look easy. That's my message. But I mean, as far as the evolving landscape, from going from linear television now more to vertical videos, it's just the way it goes. I mean, you got to ride the wave. It's kind of like surfing. You got to stay in front of it. As soon as you let it pass you by, I mean, you're gone, right? So it's just a new way of storytelling. It is the future. The future is now. No problem. Maybe it's an omen.
We'll finish this up together. I'm going to get you back here in a second. When I'm one man band,
let's go.
It's not so fun.
You know what we're going to do? I see a seat that looks a lot more comfortable than mine. I'm sitting in your chair, buddy. There we go. You better watch out. I might be rolling around the rest of the week of this.
You got a producer, you got a camera crew, so we love these special effects that we have to do here. See, we are here together. It's always great. We look like we're 30 feet apart, but I don't know. It's very cozy. So
this chair is super comfortable.
It is, except when your ass is in it all day, like when you're rolling around and you're trying to get places and stuff and moving around.
What's the speed limit around here?
I don't know. I fly as much. Oh, yeah. I just come shooting out, and the next thing you know, you're taking Kurt Warner out. And he's got a bad injury. So what's your future? I mean, I know you're very successful, but obviously you've got a family. You want to watch them grow, the travel changes and stuff like that. So where's Coy Wire in 5 to 10 years?
I struggle with this all the time because I know a large part of the success I've had with my personal goals is being able to live in the moment and just go all in on right here, right now. Don't think about where I've been. Don't think about where I might go. And that's where my magic can happen. But I do try to find myself and bounce ahead at times. And I don't know, man. I don't know what I want to do. I just know I love right now telling stories, sharing positive, uplifting, motivational stories through the world of sports. And I'm going to keep rocking with it. And who knows? Maybe someday you and I will be covering games together.
Man, I wish a mainstream platform would hire somebody with a disability. That's my goal because, playing college football like I did and minor league baseball before the internet, hell, I'd be famous. I'm Forrest Gump. Like, I have lived this crazy life, and,
we all have our things. I don't have hair, bro. You have a great head of hair.
Yeah, but I
can't grow facial hair. I wish I could.
I tell my buddy Jeff, I'd rather have no legs than be bald, right? So, no. I mean, because everyone's staring at me anyway, and I always think I have to put on a show, but I would need a case of Plaxiderm to look like you. I mean, you don't ever age. You really, your wife must be very happy she's got this young-looking dude all the time.
The secret is a nice glass of bourbon at the end of a long day. That'll help ease your mind and body in all ways. I'm seeing my producer. I got to roll.
Yeah. No, you can keep that if you want to roll.
Yeah, literally roll up out of here. Last year, you gave me a phone charger.
Yes, and I have another one for you here.
Yes.
What did I do with it? Yes, here we go. And you got another one. So actually,
charging, and I don't have a travel charger.
Your producer is going to need one too. So thank you, Serendipity Yacht and Kelly Williams. So get out of here before you get in trouble. I don't want to have to hire you. I can't afford you. So keep those. Keep them both. Get the heck out of here. All right. Hey, I'm sorry the camera crapped again. When you're a one-man band and you got no technical support, I can't call your control room. Use my IFB. So, all right. Coy Wire joining us here on Radio Row, and he's got to get back. switch off of me, go to CNN right now because he's got to go do some stuff. And again, watch his. You going to be at the game Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so continue to watch CNN. He'll probably be here Monday at the MVP presser. And again, his coverage is so fun because it's not the whole TMZ crap. He really does a great job. So you're watching Gary Stein Stevens in the morning. Let me pay a couple of bills, and we'll be back later right here at Radio Row. Check us out. Follow us on all social media platforms. And again, watch Coy Wire and all his friends on CNN. Check us out. Check you out. I'm checking out right now.
Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events wants you to come party with us. We're bringing the fun to the Houston Bay Area. Stay tuned for all of our incredible events throughout the year, featuring amazing food and drinks, live entertainment, special guests, and so much more. Fun, new, different. Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events is where you want to be. So come party with us. It's more than a yacht. It's serendipity.
Introducing the world's first temporary airbrush tattoo kiosk, iTattoo, bringing wearable, shareable temporary body art to live events. iTattoo stands for Interactive Temporary Airbrush Tattoo Unit. The team is raising additional capital for this incredible iTattoo concept, putting ink on skin at scale. I'll say it again, folks, ink on skin at scale. This will be the coolest addition to any event, and imagine the reactions when you add body art to the mix. Cool kiosks for a large venue or event. And it's super sponsorable. If you or anyone is interested in talking about the cap raise or the unit itself, please reach out to Nathan or Chris at itattoo.life.
Hi, my name is Shaquille Duggar, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pi. My passion is and always has been helping people. That's why I created Pi. I wanted to devise solutions that would make it easier for businesses to become more efficient and effective to drive profitability, while at the same time helping the customers they serve. Our newest self-service solution is a perfect example of that collaboration. Business leaders told us they wanted a smaller alternative to the larger freestanding kiosks they already love, and we delivered with our newest product. A countertop device we call Eclair introduces space-saving, compactness, versatility, and convenience. When it comes to our self-service solutions industry specifically, we put considerable stock in a quote from Alan Key. People who are really serious about software should make their own hardware. That's Pi in a nutshell. To ensure we produce the best self-service options, we do it all, designing and developing our own hardware and software. The bulk of our business involves the food industry, catering to an evolving industry with technology that is ever evolving itself. Our customers aren't necessarily in traditional restaurant locations. They're in malls, food trucks, and pop-up stands. Additionally, we perform considerable research of consumer trends and behaviors, trying to forecast what they will want and need as it relates to self-service in the short and long term. It's challenging, but exciting and satisfying work. Visiting the restaurant of one of our partners and seeing customers effortlessly order and pay for food through a Pi kiosk puts a huge smile on my face. And it fuels to do more to further enhance their experience. Our latest kiosk designs are reflective of what we've learned, observed, and anticipated. We are designing attractive enclosures that make our kiosks hard to pass by. We're developing and installing intuitive software that's easy to use, and we're incorporating curved high-definition touchscreen that enhance visual quality. At Pi, our ultimate objective is to bring a personal approach to self-service solutions that also display our creativity and ability to provide great product. I introduce to you Pi's newest product, Eclair. Welcome to Pi.
All right, that's going to do it for our first morning edition on our, I think, final day here at Radio Row. Everybody's going to start tearing down and getting ready for the weekend because there's a game going on Sunday. I didn't know if you guys knew that. There was a Super Bowl game taking place on Sunday between, I think it's the Chiefs and the Eagles. But what a fun way to start the morning. It's always great to see Coy, and what a nice guy. It was a great conversation. I'm sorry. We continue to have ghosts and goblins of the camera equipment and the microphones and all that fun stuff. We don't have the sets and budgets and all these people around here. In fact, I'm the one running everything here, so that's what it is. But we have Kyle Turley coming up a little bit later at 9:45. Let's see who else is on the slate today. Lorenzo Neal is going to be here at 11. Young Dylan, the host from Nickelodeon, is going to be here. We can talk about slime and all the stuff that they're doing with CBS and those multi-telecast games that they do with SpongeBob and Patrick and stuff. And I don't know if you've been watching the social media pages, you've seen that. Coming up a little bit later, Troy also got some sound with the Fox broadcast team yesterday that are going to be broadcasting the game. So much going on. We got the big Shaq party tonight, Lee Steinberg party tomorrow, the prayer breakfast in the morning with all of the greats of the NFL getting together in unity to come together to serve God, and a Sunday game. So we have all kinds of stuff planned for you the rest of the weekend. We'll try to keep up with it if you guys can keep up with us. So thanks for joining me here on Radio Row. Once again, thanks to our sponsors, Serendipity Yacht Cruises and Events. Thank you to Pi, and especially thank you to iTattoo, Nathan and Christopher, and they'll be here a little bit later. So you're watching us live on Velocity Sports. Shout out to Eric and to John. So that's going to conclude our first hit this morning. If you missed it or watched part of it and missed it or any of the other shows, just go to the Dave Stevens Speaks YouTube page, click on live, or go to the Geary Stein and Stevens page and click on live. They're on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn, and we appreciate you guys. So we'll catch you in just a little bit. Stay tuned for more Geary Stein and Stevens from Radio Row.